Happy Monday, friends. This is Gabe Kolstad. I'm here to give you your weekly video and just some encouragement about what you can practice this week that'll take you further in your personal leadership and your life. And here's what I was thinking about this week. I had some moments where I was maybe struggling a little bit with what had happened in a day. And I don't know if you've ever had that happen. I'm sure you have. And I was trying to process it. And so it was bedtime and getting to bedtime. And I started thinking about what questions can I ask myself right now to really process this out in a sense. I just don't want to go to sleep with some of this heaviness and some of these thoughts. Some of it wasn't heaviness. Some of it was just ideas and energy. And I was trying to think, okay, I got to land the plane so I can get some sleep tonight. So I came up with these 3 questions. I wanted to bounce them off you and see what you think. Here's the first one. What did I love about today? I love that question. Sometimes I'll ask that question at the end of a coaching session. What'd you love about this coaching session? Not because I'm looking for compliments, but because I'm trying to help people anchor what happened that would be helpful for them and what they generated, the ideas they generated, the thoughts they had, the things they shared that would be helpful for them. So when I was thinking about what did I love about today, that was a really fun question for me to process before bed because it got my mindset positive right away. And I started reminiscing just back through the day. You know, a day is short enough to do that with, where you can pretty much remember most of the stuff that happened in a day, at least on a day when you're not too busy. But I came up with some things that they put in my soul this sense of gratitude. And that was a really fun way to then go to sleep. I remember sleeping soundly that first night that I practiced. I've been doing this the last few nights since I came up with these questions. And it's been really fun. It's kind of put me in just a little bit better mind space, honestly. What did I love about today? 4 or 5 things. You don't even have to write them down, although I always think that's helpful. But even just that moment before bed, take 5 minutes once you're laying down even in bed and just rehearse this one question. What did I love about today? Second question, what did I learn today? What did I learn today? That's good because, you've already started off in a positive mind frame, but now you can ask questions that could even go to some of the harder things that happen in the day, where you could say, well, I learned from the positive things. I learned from the challenging things. And what did I learn today? I remember writing down that first night that I was thinking this, something that I had said that wasn't mean and it wasn't, rude. It was a little thoughtless. And I remember thinking, I want to learn to be a little more intentional in the language that I choose, in the words that I choose, in the tone that I choose even, especially when talking with somebody who means the most to me, my family, my loved ones, my team. And so that was a good learning just to go and so then I had to back it up though and go, okay, not just I want to learn that, but let's think about specifically how will I do that? And a lot of times for me, when I'm trying to learn a new skill or a new level of intentionality, I'll use these things called triggers where, for me, it'll be like, oh, when I'm in a situation where I'm fishing for words, I will be quiet for a second before I choose the next word. Instead of just randomly, you got this string, like I have this string of words just flowing, just pick one and throw it out there. Well, that's not always helpful. And for me, then the learning was I will just pause. I'll just have what I'm calling a micro pause, just a micro pause. I think it only takes your brain like a quarter of a second to think of the right word sometimes. And that's worth it, just to well, how am I trying to say? What do I really mean to say? Here's what I really mean to say. And just being that much more, just one click up on intentionality. That's something I learned that day. What about you? If you look back at yesterday, what did you learn yesterday that you could then internalize? And now it becomes a part of who you are. Now it becomes a step that you can step up the staircase one more step because you took really the time to ask yourself a really good question. I love what Tony Robbins said about questions. He said the quality of your life will come down to the quality of the questions you allow yourself to ask yourself. That's pretty strong. And sometimes we don't want to wrestle through the hard questions, but these are just questions that, I've been kind of tinkering with for a long time, but this is a practice I'm building in my life right now that I really love. What did I love about today? What did I learn today? And here's the last one. What am I going to leave in today? In other words, I'm not going to take it forward. So, not everything deserves to go forward with us, right? If all we do is take everything forward, we just get cluttered, we get overpacked, we get frustrated, we get burned out. And I thought the other day, here's what happened. I had this difficult conversation, and it spurred in me some thoughts that, from my childhood, and just some unhelpful patterns that I can remember. And it took me back to a negative place. And I started maybe spiraling downward just a little bit in that conversation. And there was a little bit of bitterness that kind of crept back up, just remembering. And I decided that day that I would leave that in that day, that I wouldn't bring it forward, that it was going to be something that I could kind of bury with that day. When the clock strikes midnight, good question is, what's coming with me? And really, it should only be the helpful things, right? It should only be the helpful things, the helpful practices, the new me, as we think about it sometimes, the things that I've really chosen to move forward with. For me, it's not going to be the defeated old self. It's not going to be, the patterns that weren't helpful. It's not going to be insecurity. It's not going to be fear. And so I just decided to lay that down, and it was really relieving. I got to be honest with you. After I had these thoughts and worked this out in my mind, I slept like a baby. And this has been really helpful, even just this last few days as I've been practicing this and tweaking this. I'd love to hear maybe your twist on it, but 3 questions that you can ask yourself before bed every day. What did I love about today? What did I learn today? And what am I going to leave in today? And I would just so appreciate if you could share your thoughts with me. If you practice this week, if you could share your thoughts with me about maybe some tweaks on these questions, or maybe some things that you have really locked into to go, ooh, it helped me this way, or here's what I came up with. That would be super fun for me. And I think even if we could figure out how to share it together in a community, that'd be really fun for the community of people that really we're hanging together. We're trying to grow together as leaders, as people. And so I hope that this is helpful for you this week. I also want to remind you always that if you are looking for coaching to take your life or your leadership to the next level, I want to be your guy. I want to help out. So you can reach out for a free coaching session. It's 30 minutes. It will be fast and painless and helpful. And if you like what you experience through that, you can sign up for ongoing coaching with me. I've got several programs that can help. If you're a ministry leader, I've got a program for that. If you're a business leader, I can help you. If you just, maybe you're a person going like, I just want to get better at my life, I can totally help you. I do certified high performance coaching, and I do advanced ministry coaching. And I would love to work with you no matter where you're at in life. And we can work it out. We can meet weekly. We can meet every other week. And I think you would love the stuff that we can discover together. And anyways, I hope that you take me up on that offer. I'd love to be on the phone with you or on a video call with you very soon. And I hope you have an awesome week. I'll look forward to hearing back about what you discover with these 3 questions, but have a great week.